Look at these leaves. I feel like I'm in a celebration of the Snugpak Ionosphere, which I think is the greatest wild camping tent that money can buy. Let's find out why. Okay, I admit it, I might have got a bit carried away back there, but I stand by it. This is still a really good tent. It was just the whole leaves falling celebration. It was too good. I got carried away. Oh, there's Herbie. Hey, buddy. This is Herbie. It looks so camouflaged, actually, don't you? That's good. I've refocused, and Herbie's gone. He's stolen the show enough already. So it turns out the whole falling leaves and me getting a bit carried away was actually a precursor to a bit of a storm that came through. So we had some winds and rain, and I thought I'd leave the tent. You know, I could have made it all pretty for the video, all nice and taut and everything, but I thought, why not? I'll just leave it post-storm. I thought that was quite cool, actually. So I didn't actually have it pegged down properly, so it has sagged quite a bit, but that's only me not tightening up all the guys and pegging it down properly before I shot the first video. So let's get into a bit of the detail about the company. So Snugpak, they are a British company, again founded in the 1970s. So we had like a little boom in the 70s. Hillyberg, MSR, Snugpak, they all just came around, and Snugpak's kind of vision was to just offer the people affordable, lightweight gear. I guess that was the premise, and they've carried that through to the current day. They've got a whole range of bags, jackets, and tents. This tent behind me is the Snugpak Ionosphere. There is a Stratosphere. I think they could have distinguished those names a little bit, but it's all good. And the Stratosphere, I think, is just a sleeker version of this, maybe. I'm not too sure. But this Ionosphere is a solo tent. They do Snugpak I think up to a 4-person tent. But this is, just for wild camping purposes. It's a bivvy style tent. You don't take this tent out for comfort. I've used this on many adventures where I just want to kind of bug out for the weekend. I've got a light bag. Maybe overnight is perfect, right? You know, I've got minimal food. I just want to get out into the woods, have more of a discreet camp somewhere, and come back in the morning. Something like that is absolutely perfect for. Or your kind of emergency lightweight shelter if you're going on a through hike for the day, and you don't want to carry too much weight. Again, another perfect option. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It retails, I think, around the £200 mark at the moment. I got this cheaper. I bought it second hand a few years ago. So this is my tent. I own it. And yeah, I think we'll have a look at some features now a bit more closely. Here you can see the low profile nature of the tent, and therefore its ability to shed wind really well. I mentioned earlier that I hadn't pegged out the outer fly properly. This is important to do to minimise your chances of condensation. Partially opening the outer fly does give you some really nice visibility and ventilation if you wanted to bed down and have a view bug free. If you're absolutely sure of your chances of a dry night, there's a nice option to fully extend the outer fly. There's an attachment built for this on the tent, which helps to secure things down overnight. The Ionosphere has one side entry opening at the head end, which makes getting in and out as easy as it can be in such a small space. This can provide you with some really nice views of your surroundings first thing in the morning when you wake up. Here's a still of my setup inside the tent. There's a few variations that I typically choose from, depending on pack size and gear. Typically, I have my gear at the head or tail end of my tent. Alternatively, you can store your gear outside if you feel comfortable doing so. This does free up some space on the inside of the tent. Here you can see me flopping around inside the tent, trying to retain some level of dignity. Trust me, it's not easy inside this thing. But it does show you how much space you can have inside. For reference, I'm 6 foot. And a quick side-by-side to finish. So should you buy a Snugpak Ionosphere? I think you have to ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, do you go wild camping, or do you want to go wild camping? If the answer is yes, ask yourself number 2, which is, how do I want to wild camp? And that, I think, is a real personal answer, because everybody has their own style, and I think it's a style that you adopt over a few trial and errors. For me personally, I like being on the ground, so I love a system like this. I like the fact that it's all in one package on my back that I've got used to as well, and that's a big thing. Like, I've got used to this style of tent. It's mine. I've had it for years. I wild camp in this thing. So for me, it's a comfort thing, and I trust it. But I like the fact that it's quick to set up, it's quick to tear down. I like the visibility. I like the room inside it. There's a lot of pros for me. But it's also quite expensive for what it is. You know, at £200 or whatever it's retailing at the moment, there's a lot of really good alternatives. You've got your tarps, you've got your hammocks, you've got just a bivvy bag. And they're all really good options too. It's just kind of, well, what do you prefer doing? For me, this is it. Like, I just prefer the tent style. Some people prefer hanging from trees. You know, some people prefer the versatility of tarps. Like, I get it. Like, I do all those things as well. But when I'm going out for a wild camping session, and it's an overnight stay, or it's a couple of nights, I don't really know what the weather's going to do. I just like this because it covers all bases for me. And that's really what it comes down to. Just figuring out what works for you. So for me, I'd buy this tent again if it broke tomorrow. And there you go. Find your own style. But most importantly, keep adventuring. And I hope this review was helpful in some way. See you soon.